judges scores.
Okay.
So you just drag them and drop them where you want them.
And I can still put like text box, judge one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then same thing with your water polo. Same thing, period, whatever you need. For those high-tech results, if you're going to be pushing it before you do this, then you don't need to do it. So this is more for if you have a Daktronics board, but a Colorado timing system, right? Because I'm not sure about Colorado, but I'm pretty sure you can't update, or can you push high-tech scores into Colorado?
No, I've never had Colorado.
I'm not too sure, but
I've had Colorado touchpads and an IST board.
Oh, okay, got you. So this is if you don't have a Omnisport or whatnot, but since you have an Omnisport and all that, you don't have to worry about extended high-tech results. So I would stick to your swim timer A, your dive timer A, your water polo. If you want to do a pace talk, you can, but you have two here and you have two portables. Right. Yeah. Any questions on creating content?
Creating it now.
It's pretty simple, like PowerPoint almost. So, all right, so we'll go ahead and exit out of this. All right, so now we created our content, but we have to go ahead and create a button that actually says, hey, I want to play this to the board, right? So if we click a right arrow or right button, anywhere that's not on a button, we'll get new button. So up here you have to name it. So I tend to like to name my buttons what I name the file. So we'll just do swimming scoreboard. I'll just do SB for short. Go ahead and click this. The next thing you want to do is this plus button. Right? Okay. So this tells you how do I want to send this, or where do I want to send this button to? So you always want to click for this DMP 8000 controller. I wish I was able to take these off because you don't have them, but unfortunately I can't. They're built in. So don't click on 7000 or VP 6000 or any of this. So the only thing you ever want is the top one, DMP 8000 player control. Next thing we want to do is click on the second one. Now we have to go click on what board we want to, and this looks pretty familiar to Content Studio, right? So we created in full screen, so that means we want to click full screen, right? So then we go over to our third button. What do we want this to do? Do we want it to play? Do we want it to blank the playlist? I wouldn't worry about all these. The only ones you should ever really use are play or blank display, but we already have a button for you. So just play, right? Then we go to 4. This is where we're actually going to add the file we want to play. So we click add. We saved under the aquatics folder. And we have the swimming scoreboard. Right, so there it is. Then we click the 5. When do we want us to play? We want it to play continuous, right? If we only wanted this to play for like 10 seconds, then blank, we could click number of times and it would blank after 10 seconds. But we'll go ahead and click continuous. So it's going to play until we tell it to stop, or we play something else, right? So then we go to number 6, transitions. This is pretty much the same kind of transitions that you can do in Content Studio. I recommend doing them in Content Studio because you can preview them and see how they're going to do. You can't preview these, so you have no idea.
You got to play them.
And then
no, that's not what I like.
Yep, exactly. So, and then how long do you want it to do? This is the default. I recommend leaving it there and just messing with it in Content Studio, right? So this is our button. We click save. If we want to color the button, we can right click, properties, and then on the top right, there's a select color. Click red. Now our button's red, right? If we were to click this, there's your times.
All right.
So we don't have any swimmers' names, so that's where you can't see them, right? If you were to click start, our time would start running. Okay. Cool. All right. Same thing though for your. I'm gonna go ahead and delete these. The basketball, it's okay, right? You don't need them.
Fine. I mean, are they doing anything?
You can play stuff to it.
Yeah, I mean, you can delete those. Don't delete the, I guess, Essentials one. I played Fireworks the other day during practice.
Yeah, we keep like the U.S. flag on, and fireworks or whatever. Yeah, we keep this essential. You want to keep your strips too. So if you ever want to dim or brighten your display, you can. I recommend leaving it probably about. Oh, that's good. So if you want to brighten your display, there it is.
Okay.
I would recommend probably just leaving it where it's at. So I'm going to go ahead and delete wrestling unless there's anything in here you want.
That's fine.
Okay.
You can delete basketball and the other one too.
Just so you have less stuff, right?
Right.
So, volleyball. Well, you might, I don't know if you do spikes or anything like that, or.
So can I make animations like that?
You can.
Okay.
I don't know if you use defense for water
No.
polo. These are actually still all on here too if you ever need them. They're saved on your computer.
Okay.
And so, let's say if you wanted to create one, new workspace page, right? So we can go ahead and rename this one water polo. So anything you create, you can put in water polo. So I would recommend having a blank display on So I would always keep a blank on every tab just in case.
Okay.
Same thing. So when you go create your water polo scoreboard, just put it in here, and then I'll push it as well. I'll blank your display, blank, kills your display. I'll go ahead and delete this one. Okay, as for your pace clocks, it's going to show the running time. You have the handheld down there. I'll be completely honest, it's way easier to control from the Omnisport than the handheld. So if you were to turn the Omnisport off and back on and click pace clocks, you can set your workouts and there'll be a timer on there. And then they would also go to your portable pace clocks too if you want to.
So what I've done is put it to swimming and just hit start.
Okay, and just use the timer?
Yeah.
I know a lot of
because it does the same thing.
Right. So I know on the fixed digit scoreboards when they have like enough lines to do each lane, they can do a workout for each lane. But I've noticed a lot of coaches, that's what they do. They start it and then they go on from there.
Because everybody's going on the same one, and
right.
to put them on each individual lane, it's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I agree. So, all right. Any questions?
I don't think so.
Pretty basic, pretty simple.
Yeah.
Okay.
He showed me how to turn on and off
the rack, and there's a sticker on there that says what to order. So you have to make sure you do that order. I know it's like, oh, just come throw this laptop on, but you want to make sure you turn this on first. For any reason, you open this up, and if you cannot push content to the display, it's not working, make sure your Cat 5's plugged in. Then I would probably just restart your laptop just in case, because it probably didn't get booted up in the right order. Because those VIP and DMPs take about 3 to 5 minutes to boot up fully. So
I think one day, like, I came in to show my assistant and I turned them on, and then I came up here and I was doing that, and I was like, it's not working, like,
right.
What's going on? I went back down there and I came out and it was on. I was like,
yeah, it just takes a couple minutes for it to boot up. So if you actually have this off and you boot up the boards down there, you'll get a little boot up sequence
Yeah.
on there. So once you get that boot up sequence and then it blanks after the boot up sequence, you're ready to go. So, all right. So he went over the judging consoles too. No? Yes.
These?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've used these
Oh,
before.
okay, okay.
And it's just, it goes to the Pro Swim software.
Well,
What's
it can
oh,
go
goes
into here. Yeah,
Okay.
so you swim it, change it to diving.
Yeah.
Right? And then
Throw
you
it.
got, here, let's plug it right here. So this plugs into your Omnisport. This is your wireless receiver for all of these,
Okay.
right? So whenever you enter your score, say this is Judge 1, I give you a 4.5, it'll show 4.5 on here, and then it'll go to your board as well. So there, we have the Omnisport swim and diving software. I know a lot of people aren't they don't really like our diving software. They tend just to use this. So it's really whatever preference you use.
Okay.
So I think that pretty much sums up everything. If you have any more questions, we can go through anything.
I don't think so.
Run that